Hello YouTube, this is my video review for the Transformers Earthrise War for Cybertron trilogy. The Target exclusive Cybertronian villains, 2-pack of Skywarp and Thundercracker. It's 2 Voyager class figures. There's this nice artwork on this side of the box showing Thundercracker and Skywarp in their jet modes. You got the arc here in the back, pretty cool. Pretty much the rest of it's all the typical Earthrise artwork. Here on the picture on the back, we have, of course, Skywarp in his robot and jet mode, and Thundercracker in his robot and jet mode. Each of them transforms in 30 steps. Pretty cool. It's a secret elite team. So I get the box out of the way. You get another piece of the map on the insert, a fairly large piece of the map. So here's the piece of the map you get, and it's just a little bit here of path. The rest of it's just kind of not much. The ranks here down at the bottom, and this is pretty much the same for everything in this series. You get their little red decoder. I don't take them off the packages. I just leave them there. I don't have any use for the red decoders. You also get in the box you get this, the instructions. So you can see it's Skywarp and Thundercracker. It's just one set of instructions, of course. You don't need 2 sets of instructions. So here's like the first 15 steps, and the other 15 steps are on the other side. So that's the instructions. So in my video review of Starscream, I went from vehicle to robot. So here I'm going to go from robot to vehicle, and you can go ahead and start in their robot forms. And here are Skywarp and Thundercracker, and they look good together. Got all 3 of them here, and they look amazing as a little team, a little seeker unit. The main 3 seekers. Yeah, they're basically all the same mold, so I'm not going to have any other comparisons other than this one here. If you want to see other comparisons, go ahead and watch this Starscream review. I think I compared it to Grapple and Hoist and a few other characters. But yeah, I know a lot of people have been having a QC issue where this piece is missing, and I think it just kind of pops out because it's not like glued in. Yeah, so it just kind of pops off. But yeah, this piece is missing on some people's. Mine, it was on there, so mileage may vary. Just kind of, if you look inside the box, if you're getting this at the store, at Target, just look in the box. If you see the orange, then you're good to go. If not, then I wouldn't recommend picking up that copy. So all 3 of these are basically, just a straight paint. Just the paint scheme's the same throughout the 3, just different colors. So where Starscream has red paint on his body, the other 2 have silver, and then like the purple stripes here are red on these 2. The Decepticon logos are all upside down, which I don't really like that for these 2. Starscream's always had his upside down in the animation, but Skywarp and Thundercrackers had theirs right side up. So and then his don't really appear too well. I mean, it's very muted, so I might go ahead and just like put stickers on their wings. Here they all are from the back, and very very plain. Pun not intended, but they all have the same null rays. I would have liked to have seen Skywarp's be black, but I think in the animation his were purple, so I'm alright with that. Pretty cool. Articulation. They all have the same articulation as Starscream, so these both have the same. The joints on Skywarp seem to be tighter than they are on Starscream for the most part, other than one joint, which we'll get to when we go into transformation. Other than that, the joints on him seem pretty tight. A lot of people have an issue where this wing pops off. I actually had to go in there with just like kind of heat the plastic up a little bit and form it so it fit the hole better, and now it doesn't pop off as easily. I have to actually yank on it, but like I'd pull it off with ease before I did that. Thundercracker, Skywarp does have a different head. He has like this yelling face. So he's the only one with a different face sculpt. Other than that, they're all the same, exactly the same throughout. They all have painted red eyes. Looks nice. So articulation again, head's on a ball joint. So you can do a full 360. You can look up a good ways. You can look down a little bit. The arms are on universals. You can only go around this far before the wings get in the way. The wings are on hinges. The universal joint, you go out that way too. Rotation at the bicep. Elbow bend to a little over 90 degrees. And then if this joint serves any purpose for you, then you can use that too. No rotation here. No waist rotation, unfortunately, with this mold. You can kind of fake it though. It's kind of like using the hinges or the universal joints in the hips. You can kind of fake it. So they have enough give. So I guess that works, but yeah, they don't have waist swivel. For some reason on my Skywarp, when I pull this up, I think it does it on Thundercracker too, when I pull that up, yeah, this side pops out, so I kind of have to push it back in when I lift it. But yeah, that lifts up, so the leg goes that far back at the hip, it goes that far forward. Yeah, the rotation right here, and then knee bend slightly over 90 degrees there. Toe can go down, the heel can also move, though it's pinned to this wing, so if you move the heel, that'll go with it, and if you want to hold that in place and then you push it down, that'll go with it still. So that's one thing about that. And then the ankle rocker, can it go out further? No. Okay. It goes out that far. That's pretty good. And Thundercracker is exactly the same, all the same joints. He has the same head sculpt as Starscream, which I was kind of hoping he'd be smirking. That way I could swap their heads, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, there's the three of them together. So I'm going to show the transformation on one of them. So I'll come back. It's going to be instant for you, but I'll pause my recording, transform two of them, and then come back to transform the last one. Alright, so I'm back with these two transformed, and I'm going to show how to transform Skywarp from robot mode to jet mode. So to note, there's a hinge here, there's like a little swivel, inside this point here, and on Starscream it's fairly tight on my copy of Starscream. Let me get that back in place. On Thundercracker, it's not quite as tight. It's a little bit loose. Skywarp, another story. So first you want to take off the null rays. It's go ahead and lift this panel up here and transform the legs first. So go ahead and pull this out. Fold the feet closed if you want. Flip the tail fins up, and those tab in along the side there. The little tab slot tabs in. Then open the leg. Now you're going to accordion this down in. There's multiple hinges. Just kind of want to keep the proper knee straight. Close that up. Same on this side. Bring that down. Keep the proper knee straight. Close that up. You can then tab these together. There's two interlocking tabs. And then there's two tabs here that lock into the legs. So that's that done. Bring up the nose cone, and that's going to wrap around and capture the head inside. Then you want to kind of pull back here. This is a bit of a odd choice for the locking mechanism. It's so scary. It scared me on Starscream. It scares me on this figure. So bring that back. Now this comes out, and that's ridiculously loose. Like, lift it here. I'm not even exaggerating. And then this joint here is really loose too. So luckily it locks into place, because otherwise it'd be flopping around in jet mode. But yeah, it locks into place securely, so you don't have to worry about that. You want to open up the forearm and then fold the fist flat against there, because there's a little piece here in the center that goes through this slot here that's filled in by the fist. See right there. And then go ahead and close this up. Bring this down and bring it in. Do the same thing on the other side. Just kind of open that, fold it up, close it, fold it in. And then you want to bring this down, and there's two tabs inside the chest here, just little posts that will go into the shoulders. And then these tabs will lock over these tabs here. And oh, that sounds so scary. And then you just want to bring these wings around, and like there goes that wing popping off. Let me get this stay on there. There we go. I don't know if it's just like the molding or something is causing it to push it off. And then flip these pieces down. So now Skywarp's in his jet mode, and they look good together. These three, they look really good. Then of course you can take their null rays and either plug them in under the wing. I prefer to plug them into the arm here. That's where I just prefer to plug them in. And you see this wing's trying to push itself off. You can see that gap it's forming there. It's trying to push itself off the body. Never had that problem with Starscream. I don't really have that problem with Thundercracker either. So I think it's just an issue with the Skywarp I have. A few other people have the issue. But yeah, like this wing isn't trying to push itself off. Yeah, just plug those in, and pretty cool. one thing that's kind of a bummer is these guys don't have any deco on the tail wings. See, Starscream does. I mean, I can hit that with some paint and fix that problem, but otherwise, you know, it's basically just an upscaled version of the classic Seeker mold. And now I have all three, so if you want more in-depth review on this figure, go ahead and watch the Starscream review. These two are literally just repaints, so I'm not going to go too far in depth. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and until next time, till all are one.